welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global TV. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Juma Manson, and on the news in full. Former Vice President of ECOWAS Court of Justice, Professor Nwoke Chijioke, has spoken out against a press conference organized by the chairman of the Crimes Commission, EFCC, in relation to his discussion with former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello. Professor Chijioke criticized the FCC's approach, denouncing it as unfair trial and labeled it as media trial. Chijioke stressed on the importance of discretion in such matters, emphasizing that institutions of justice like the EFCC should conduct investigations discreetly without involving the media. The federal government has announced that the demolition of buildings situated within the right-of-way of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road will commence this coming Saturday. The Federal Controller of Works in Lagos State, Korede Kishe, disclosed this during a press briefing held in Lagos. Kishe urged all residents whose houses have been earmarked for demolition to visit the ministry secretariat in Lagos to address any necessary procedures required by the ministry. She stated that the demolition team will commence the removal of the marked properties on Saturday. The Nigerian Navy said it has concluded arrangements to relocate the Naval Training Command headquarters from Lagos to Onne in Rivers State. The Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu Ogala, disclosed this when he led a delegation of top officers of Navy High Command on a courtesy visit to the Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, at the Government House, Port Harcourt. Ogala described that the Nigerian Navy and Rivers State as conjoined twins who cannot do without each other. Ogala says the Navy had in recent times made commendable strides in its fight against crimes following a charge by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Governor Fubara, in his response, encouraged the Nigerian Navy to be firm in the fight against all forms of economic sabotage, particularly crude oil theft in the nation's waterways. The governor noted with delight the positive results already recorded by the Navy in a state due largely to tremendous support it had received from his administration. The Taraba State Police Command says its trial former chairman of Tukum Local Government Council, Honorable John Takari, over the alleged murder of late Honorable Josiah Ibi, former member representing Takum in the State Assembly. Ibi, who was kidnapped on December 30th, 2017, was found dead at the old site of SCC Quarry along Takum Shimabila Road in Takum Local Government area of the state. The body of the lawmaker was found 16 days after he was kidnapped by unknown gunmen from his house located opposite Ada Barracks in Takum area of the state. Those involved in the killing of the former lawmaker were arrested and persecuted at the Taraba High Court presided by Justice Joel Angia, where the convicts during course examination confessed that they were contracted by Takiri to abduct the victim. A former Senate spokesman, Ayogu Eze, has died at the age of 66. Eze, who represented Enugu North Senatorial District between 2007 and 2015, passed away on Thursday in an Abuja hospital after suffering from an undisclosed illness. Eze, who is also one of the founding members of the party, was confirmed by the Senate on May 2023, a federal commissioner for revenue mobilization, allocation, and fiscal commission. Insurance Corporation NDIC has inaugurated an Anti-Corruption and Transparency Unit, ACTU, at its headquarters in Abuja. Speaking at the inauguration, which was conducted by officials of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, Managing Director, Chief Executive, NDIC Bello Hassan, said the corporation has a culture of zero tolerance for corruption, which is further strengthened by its core values of teamwork, respect, and fairness, integrity, professionalism, and passion. He explained that the specific measures include regulatory guidelines and comprehensive training programs for employees. The Nigerian Port Harcourt Consultative Council, NPCC, has expressed support for the single window project called for a quick implementation in order to improve ease of doing business in the nation. Chairman of the council, Bolaji Sumolo, said that the project, when fully implemented, will not only increase the ease of doing business in Nigeria ports, it will further assist the facilitation of trade in ports and border ports. Somolola stated that the council is ready to assist the implementation project by way of monitoring its progress and give necessary advisory support. The Federal Airport Authority has said it has diverted all flight operations from the Murtala Mohammed Airport Terminal 1 to the D wing of the airport over a fire incident. Van also added that the engineers at the airport have disconnected power from the entire E wing of the airport to quench the ravaging fire, which started around 5:29 a.m. on Thursday. According to a statement signed by the Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection, Obagili Ora, smoke, which eventually turned into fire, had erupted from the E54 bridge. Van, together with the airport rescue and firefighter services team, was said to have restored calm in the area after some airport staff had traveled and travelers took to their heels. No fewer than 119 inmates of the Medium Security Custodial Center, Suleja, Niger State, have escaped following hours of heavy downpour which destroyed parts of the facility on Wednesday night. Spokesman of the Federal Capital Territory FCT Command of the Nigerian Correctional Service, NCOS, Adam Muduza, disclosed this in a statement. According to him, the service was immediately activated its recapture mechanisms and in conjunction with sister security agencies has so far recaptured 10 fleeing inmates and taken them into custody, while still in the hot chase to recapture the rest. Over now to the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has suspended the air operation certificates of Dana Air. This came barely 24 hours after Dana Air plane coming from Abuja landed at the Lagos Airport runway and veered off into a nearby field. Dana airplane with registration number F5NBKI had 83 passengers on board. However, all the passengers and crew members disembarked unhurt. NCAA, in a letter signed by the acting director, NCAA Chris Najomo, said the AOC of the airline had been suspended. While awaiting the investigation report from the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau, NCAA said it had initiated an in-house compliance assessment of the occurrence, taking into account Dana's track records in related occurrences. Nigeria and 15 other countries have been boosted with $36.5 million in new funding to eliminate trauma in their countries. Country Director for Site Savers, Dr. Joy Shaibu, an international development organization, made this known in a statement in Abuja. Trauma, according to the news agency of Nigeria, is a neglected typical disease which begins as a bacterial infection that affects the eye and causes vision loss and permanent blindness. Shaibu said the funding was under its Accelerate program aimed at eliminating the disease by 2027. You're watching Midday News, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on Star Times channel 276. Can you follow us on all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and the handles now showing on your screen. When Midday News return, fan diverts flight operations as fire breaks out at Lagos Airport. This and more stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Global Television bringing you live broadcasts of Midday News. Thank you for staying with us. Over now to our business desk. The Commissioner for the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, Tolani Ali Balogun, has said the state government will be paying 1.5 billion naira to register 58,000 students for the 2024 West African Senior School Certificate Examination for this year. The Commissioner said this while reporting the activities of the ministry in commemoration of the first year of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu in office for the second term of his administration. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund has warned against what it described as a fraudulent advertisement about a federal study loan. This followed adverts on some news sites where the website www.federalstudyloan.government.ng has been advertised as the application portal for the highly anticipated student loan scheme of the federal government. NEL Fund clearly states that it has no association with the website and strongly condemns any attempt to deceive students seeking financial aid. Read a disclaimer signed by its media and public relations lead, Nasir Ayotogo. Ayotogo says the fund's official channel for student loan applications, which will be open to the public in due course, is www.nelv.gov.ng. The federal government recorded a 52.9% year-on-year increase in deficit spending to 12.86 trillion naira in 2023 from 8.48 trillion naira in 2022. The rise in deficit spending was driven by 40.6% raise in expenditure, which moderated the impact of a 20% increase in revenue during the review period. Following the same trend, expenditure rose to 18.83 trillion naira in 2023, representing 20.5% year-on-year increase from 13.39 trillion naira recorded in 2022. The federal government recorded the highest deficit spending of 1.68 trillion naira in March 2023. The Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, Dauda Ali Biu, has said that a total of 33 persons died in 62 road traffic crashes during this year's Easter celebration. Speaking during the press conference on the outcome of 2024 Easter Il-Fitri Special Patrol operations that lasted from March 28 to April 2nd and April 8th to 13th, 2024 respectively. The Corps Marshal said during the 2024 Easter Special Patrol period, the Corps recorded 62 road traffic crashes. This is against 107 the same period of 2023, representing 42% decrease. These crashes involved 417 people in 2024, in contrast to 705 in the previous year. Also indicating a significant reduction of 40.9%, the analyst also shows that of the aforementioned crashes, the Corps also recorded reduction in fatalities as 33 victims were killed in 2024 against 81 killed in the same period in 2023. This represents 59.3% reduction. The House of Representatives has called for calm over the recent allegations of discrimination against Nigerians at the supermarket in Abuja operated by Chinese nationals, promising that it will get to the root cause of the matter and ensure redress where necessary. The lawmakers noted that Nigeria and China share a long-lasting relationship characterized by mutual cooperation and friendship over the years, which has yielded many benefits for both countries. In a statement jointly signed by the Chairman House Committee on China-Nigeria Parliamentary Friendship Group, Rep. Jafaru Yakubu, and House Spokesman Chairman, House on Public Affairs, Rep. Akin Rotimi Jr., the lawmakers said that they believe in the importance of mutual respect and understanding between nations, and the House condemned any form of discrimination or prejudice. In sports, Nigeria has announced as winner of the International Cricket Council Cricket Initiative of the Year 2023 in Africa with the PWC National Under-17 Championship, which has ran for 5 years. The country was among the 21 nations celebrated by the PWC following another groundbreaking effort on and off the field. In the year under review, the ICC Development Initiative of the Year Award recognizes the outstanding development initiative delivered during the year, and regional winners include Nigerian Cricket Federation, whose Under-17 Cricket Championship continues to provide competitive playing opportunities for boys and girls across the country. Nigeria and other regional winners from other continents will now be put forward for voting to determine the global awardees in each category. For the second consecutive time in 2 months, the Super Eagles have seen their squad market value drop in the transfer market. Despite finishing second at the 2023 African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast in February, the three-time African champions suffered a massive drop of 121 million euros. The first time this year, they dropped down 2 steps and are now ranked the 15th most valuable international team in the world, while retaining their position as the most financially valuable team in Africa. And that's it on Midday News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Remember, we're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms by using that Global TV NG and the handles now showing on your screen. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. See you again. Good afternoon.